Hey guys, welcome to TFM Tech. My name's Dimitri, and thanks for clicking on my first upload. Have you ever heard of that expression, go big or go home? Well, today's video is an absolute banger. We're unboxing $1,500 worth of PC parts today. But I would like to warn you that this PC is going to be built and mainly used for content creation, although still capable of some light gaming, and can easily handle a 3080 or a 3080 Ti if you plan on upgrading in the future to crush high resolution and frame rate gaming, if the budget allows, of course. Also, this video is part 1 of a 3-part series. Part 1 being this video, the unboxing. Part 2 is going to be a full PC build guide of all the parts you see unboxed here today. And part 3 is going to show you and walk you through the installation of the operating system, all your necessary drivers, and the BIOS updates if needed. If anything mentioned in this video is confusing or overwhelming and you don't understand all the technical terms, don't worry, I will be covering that and going into way more detail in the PC build guide. So, if you're interested, get subscribed. There will be a box in the bottom right corner, and turn on notifications so that you get notified when that video is uploaded. Okay, now that that's out of the way, these parts aren't going to unbox themselves, so let's get to work. Let's start with the things that I don't have to unbox. If you couldn't tell, the case of choice is the NZXT H510 Elite. This is a compact mid-tower ATX case. This is the matte black version. It has a tempered glass front and side panel, which is very sexy in my opinion. It is very aesthetically pleasing. Very aesthetically pleasing, and one of the main reasons why I picked up this case. We also have 2 Air RGB 140mm fans in the front, as well as a radiator mount, and 1 Air 120mm fan in the rear. That fan is non-RGB. This case comes with a built-in LED light strip in the top of the case. This case includes 2 Hue 2 RGB light channels and 3 fan channels. This device is actually what powers the built-in light strip and the fans in the front of the case. You can use the NZXT Cam software to monitor and control your build with presets or custom controls for your RGB lights and fans. Alright, so that pretty much sums up the case. Let's move on to something else. Our CPU. I also got 10% off of free fresh meals. So, if you couldn't tell, we went with AMD. This is the Ryzen 7 3700X. This processor is designed for motherboards using an AM4 socket. This processor has 8 cores and 16 threads, and built with Zen 2 architecture, which provides a big boost on single-threaded and multi-threaded performance. This 7nm processor has a base clock speed of 3.6 GHz, with decent overclocking capabilities up to 4.4 GHz. Which is not recommended if you're using the stock Wraith air cooler that is also included in this box. But overall, this is a great price to performance CPU. Next up on the list, the motherboard. For our motherboard, we went with the Asus ROG Strix B550F gaming motherboard. This board uses an AM4 socket designed for AMD CPUs, surprise, as well as being compatible with next generation AMD CPUs. It also supports PCIe 4.0 or Gen 4. This board is the non-Wi-Fi version, but it has a 2.5 gigabit LAN, so it can handle all your gigabit and 2 gigabit internet connections and take full advantage of your fast and speedy internet connection. That is, of course, through wired connection. It has BIOS flashback, an HDMI 2.1 port, an addressable Gen 2 RGB header, and Aura Sync, so no surprises there. Pretty solid motherboard for the price. Another 10 free meals, what the hell? Alright, our RAM. For RAM, we chose G-Skill Trident Z Neo. Although the brush finish on these sticks will be wrapped in vinyl, stay tuned for the PC build guide. You can see what color we choose for these guys. This is a 32 gig kit. It's 4 sticks, 8 gigs each of DDR4 memory. This kit is rated for 3600 megahertz and has a CAS latency of 16 and a timing of 16, 19, 19, 39, which is a sweet spot for Ryzen 3000 series CPUs that benefit from faster RAM because the Infinity Fabric runs at the same speed of the RAM. This kit also has RGB running along the top of the RAM sticks, which is so sexy. And the RGB on the top of the RAM sticks are addressable with the G.Skill software. Ooh, our GPU. There's other things in the box, that's why I'm not chucking it off the desk. Our graphics card of choice is our EVGA GTX 1660 SC Ultra Gaming. This GPU has 6 gigs of GDDR5 memory and features a boost clock speed of 1830 megahertz. Now, I understand this could be controversial to a lot of you. Yes, this is a lower priced $200 GPU in a $1,500 PC, but like I said previously, this PC is designed and built for content creation, so things like video editing and capturing games from a console. However, this GPU is plenty for our needs, for now. Okay, next in this box. Okay, our hard drive. As much as I'd love super fast SSD storage in our system, SSDs over 2 terabytes can get pretty expensive. So for mass storage in our system, we went with the Seagate Barracuda 4 terabyte hard drive. This is a 3.5 inch SATA 5400 RPM hard drive with 250 megabytes of cache, whatever you want to call it. Long story short, this is our mass storage in the PC. I went with a set of Asia Horse extension cables. This cable kit is 18 gauge and comes with a 24-pin RTX cable extension, one 4+4-pin EPS cable for our CPU, 2 8-pin PCIe extension cables, and 2 6-pin PCIe extension cables. Now, I'd like to stress that these cables are completely optional and that they have zero impact on performance. I went with these because they're more aesthetically pleasing than the stock cables on the PSU. And last but not least, in the box we have our flash drive. So, what the flash drive is for. This is for the installation of Windows once the computer is all set and built. Make sure that if you have or if you're getting a USB flash drive to install Windows on your PC that is at least 8 gigabytes, this is recommended by Windows. For my all-in-one cooler, I went with the NZXT Kraken X63. This cooler is the refresh of the X62. This cooler has a 280mm radiator with 400mm of rubber nylon sleeved tubing connecting it to its water block. That water block comes with pre-applied thermal paste. This also comes with 2 pre-installed Air P140mm fans. It also happens to have a 6-year warranty, which is pretty freaking cool. Where are my other boxes? Oh. My power supply of choice is the EVGA Supernova 850P2. Say that 3 times fast. This is a 850 watt fully modular power supply featuring an 80+ platinum efficiency rating. This PSU also includes an eco mode that provides 0 fan noise during low to medium load operations. Now, some people may say that this is complete overkill for this build, but keep in mind how capable that this system is. This PSU allows us to upgrade in the future to the newly launched 3080 graphics cards without having to consider to upgrade a lacking power supply. So that's my reasoning for going with this PSU. That went a lot faster than I thought it was going to. We are on our last package. I know what this is. This is our M.2 SSD. Okay, so for my boot drive, I went with the Sabrent 500GB Rocket. I chose this SSD because it can reach up to 5,000 megabytes a second read speeds, and 2500 megabytes per second write speed when using the PCIe Gen 4 M.2 slot on our B550F gaming motherboard. This will be used as my boot drive to install the operating system, drivers, as well as the editing software that I will be using to get super speedy and fast boot ups. Alright, so that is the boot drive that I will be using. I will be also using this Western Digital Blue 500 gig SATA SSD, which is slower with up to 560 megabytes a second read and 530 megabytes a second write speeds. I will be using this in the second M.2 slot in our motherboard because that is the PCIe Gen 3 slot, and this M.2 SSD is going to be what I store all my games on. Alright guys, so that's pretty much going to sum up the video. Before we get into the outro, I just want to give a quick thank you to everybody that clicked on my video and watched it all the way up to this point. I hope that you guys enjoyed the unboxing and are just as excited as I am to put this PC together. If you guys liked the video, please hit that thumbs up button, it would be much appreciated. And if you didn't like it, fuck man, just hit the thumbs down I guess. Feel free to leave comments down below, I will do my best to read and respond to all of them. And last but not least, if you're interested in the full PC build guide, make sure you get subscribed and turn notifications on because that video is coming up next on TFM Tech. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you on the next one.